Today, we're diving deep into some explosive headlines from Tom Aspinall, boldly calling out Jon Jones and claiming the heavyweight throne to Reinier de Ridder's UFC ambitions, Ilia Topuria's fiery response to Khamzat Chimaev, and Henry Cejudo exposing Sean O'Malley's camp drama. Plus, we've got the latest UFC fight updates you don't want to miss, so buckle up, it's time to break it all down. Ariel Helwani has weighed in on a surprising move by the UFC, posting Tom Aspinall's fiery retirement comments about Jon Jones on their official YouTube channel. In the video, Aspinall makes it clear he's tired of being sidelined while waiting for Jones. He flat out says Jones is done and boldly calls himself the real undisputed heavyweight champion. Aspinall also hints that he's got a fight locked in, with an announcement expected soon. But what really caught Helwani's attention wasn't just what Aspinall said, it was how the UFC presented it. The title of the video, he's retired. According to Ariel, this isn't just clickbait, it could be the UFC subtly suggesting they're ready to move on from Jon Jones. Fans have started to echo Aspinall's stance, with many saying if Jones continues to delay his return, the division can't stay frozen. Helwani sees this as a potentially major shift. Maybe the UFC is preparing to usher in the post-Jon Jones heavyweight era. Interestingly, just days before this video dropped, Jones appeared at a seminar and teased that something is brewing behind the scenes between him, Aspinall, and the UFC. He said he wasn't allowed to give details, yet hinting that talks may still be ongoing despite the public tension. Helwani was genuinely surprised the UFC would title the video the way they did. He initially thought it was a fake channel reusing clips. But no, it's official, and the UFC is clearly playing up the retired and undisputed themes. That's not something they usually do unless there's more going on behind the curtain. Ilia Topuria has finally responded to Khamzat Chimaev's recent comments about a potential Islam Makhachev fight, and he's not backing down. Khamzat had thrown his support behind Islam, citing their shared religion, culture, and brotherhood. He also expressed frustration with how Ilia has spoken about Islam and his team. While Chimaev was diplomatic, the message was clear. Loyalty runs deep. Topuria and Khamzat actually go way back. They've trained together, cornered teammates like Guram Kutateladze, and even made headlines for their sparring sessions. But Ilia isn't intimidated by the Dagestani wrestling. In a recent podcast, El Matador clapped back, saying his style is unlike anything Islam's faced and he's ready for whatever comes. He said the old school thinking about striking, wrestling, and ground game being separate doesn't apply to him. He's solid everywhere. Confident as ever, Ilia declared, "They used to say, I'll take you to deep waters. Well, I was born there." He's convinced that all he needs is one clean shot and he knows he'll land it. Former One Championship double champ Reinier de Ridder is feeling confident after his big win over Bo Nickal, and now he's stepping into a huge showdown with Robert Whittaker. But even with that challenge ahead, RDR didn't hold back when talking about Khamzat Chimaev. He said straight up he's not afraid of Khamzat. In fact, he believes middleweights like Nasruddin Imavov pose a bigger threat. He even predicted that Dricus du Plessis would beat Chimaev, calling DDP highly underrated. Make no mistake, de Ridder has his eyes set on the UFC belt. If he gets past Whittaker, he's in serious contention. When asked about the difference between one and the UFC, he didn't sugarcoat it. The UFC is the elite, the top of the mountain where the best want to be. Stylistically, RDR is a nightmare matchup for anyone at 185. His world-class grappling, paired with improved striking as seen when he stopped the previously unbeaten Bo Nickal, makes him a serious threat. He's dangerous everywhere, and says if he puts pressure on Whittaker like he did Bo, he's got a great shot at another statement win, and he's not afraid of Chimaev's hype. "I'm a striker now," he joked, but the goal is serious UFC champion. Henry Cejudo just dropped a bombshell that's raising major concerns about Sean O'Malley's preparation for UFC 316. On the Pound for Pound podcast, Cejudo said he's picking Merab Dvalishvili to win, and it's not just about Merab's relentless pace. According to Cejudo, O'Malley's training camp is in shambles. He claims Sean has been focusing too much on jiu-jitsu and neglecting the wrestling and stand-up he'll need to survive Merab's takedown-heavy assault. Even worse, Cejudo says O'Malley's been cutting corners, no high-level training partners, no major investments, just keeping everything in-house and on the cheap. Henry called him out, saying that kind of approach doesn't cut it at the elite level. If what Henry is hearing is true, it could be a big red flag heading into the toughest fight of O'Malley's career. UFC 316 just got even more intriguing. Big news dropped this week when Tom Aspinall made a bold statement on the podcast Good Guy, Bad Guy with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen. Aspinall said it's time to stop waiting around because Jon Jones is retired. While fans have been wondering what's next for the heavyweight title scene, Aspinall went ahead and made his stance crystal clear. The division is moving forward with or without Jones. Why are we still talking about Jon? He's done. He's retired. Aspinall said, I said a long time ago I'd retire him without even stepping into the cage, and that's exactly what's happened. Aspinall doubled down on his claim, declaring himself the undisputed heavyweight champion and urging the UFC to move the division along. The contenders have waited long enough. The fans are tired of the uncertainty. Let's get this thing going again. To add fuel to the fire, Aspinall took to Instagram stories, posting, wishing Jon all the best in retirement. Now let's get this division moving. UFC, while he didn't reveal who his next opponent will be. Aspinall hinted that his next fight has already been scheduled. I've got a date and a location you'll all find out soon. But not everyone is convinced Jones is truly walking away. On the MMA Hour, Ariel Helwani said that while it seems the UFC is moving on for now, the door isn't completely closed. If the UFC truly had no plans for that fight, they would have moved on. But they don't need Tom just yet. Is it looking promising? Not really. Chael Sonnen, also weighing in, said, Tom's going to fight and that belt will be on the line, but I can't see Jon walking away from a $40 million payday. Jon is a ruthless competitor, he's not giving that up. Meanwhile, Jon Jones may have hinted at a different reality. While hosting a seminar in Bang Tao, Thailand, a fan asked about the Aspinall fight. Jones responded cryptically, there's a lot happening behind the scenes between me, Tom, and the UFC. It's a huge organization. Right now, we've all agreed to let the UFC make the announcements. Legally, I can't say much right now. So with mixed messages from both sides, fans are left wondering, is Jon Jones truly retired, or is this just another delay before the biggest heavyweight showdown in years?
The guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career, we all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. The contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired and it's time that we move on.
That's a wrap for today's update here at House of MMA. What do you think is Jon Jones really done? Will Tom Aspinall take over the heavyweight division, or is something bigger brewing behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss the latest MMA news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time inside the House of MMA.